quick little video, and just because I was floating around a couple of live streams today. One of them was about Walstad tanks, and that just went on as it normally does. And everybody thinks it's the greatest thing since Swiss cheese or sliced bread or whatever saying you want to use. It's almost tiring to watch it. It's so sad. I mean, yeah, sure, there's 1,000 ways to do fish keeping, but these people are trying to basically pitch the idea that you can put fish, ornamental fish like discus, in a Walstad tank. You simply can't. Okay. I'm a fan of the channel. I think the guy's fantastic. He's got great tanks. He uses all sorts of methods. He set up he fell for this crap. Okay, he's a very experienced fish keeper. There's nothing wrong with anything the man does, but he has one discus tank and he Walstaded it. He fell for it. He fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. He bought fish that were probably 4 to 5 inches when he got them. They haven't grown. He's had them for nearly 2 years in this tank, over a year. It's got the substrate up to here. I'm going to show you a picture. And maybe a month, 2 months ago tops, he put up a video boasting about how easy it was to look after discus in his Walstad tank. And then, he's like, you don't need to do all this other stuff. You don't need to do, blah, blah, blah. You just need, 6 feet of substrate and all the plants, and I never value, my fish are fine, but they're not fine. They were stunted. I saw that at that time. I'm like, well, you kept them alive. That's great, but they're not doing well. And I just pointed that out. And of course, I'm just crazy, right? Anyhow, the other day he posted a video, and he was doing this with his camera, and he was trying not to show you the fish over here, and he was doing this with his camera, and he's staying over here, and every now and then you'd see the fish in the view, and he'd go whoops, and he'd move the camera like this because he knew that fish was screwed. Okay, he knew it, and so I freeze the frame when I got a good shot of it. And I punched up the timestamp, and I said, oh boy, he looks like he's in trouble. And this fish's eyes, the pupils are whiter than white, like they were white. And he's swimming sideways. Video's probably 5 days old now. That fish is probably dead right now. I'm just guessing, unless he yanked it and dropped it in some treatment, antibiotic treatment. And that'll work. He'll actually... If he caught him in time, the fish does look like it's got good weight. So if he pulled them out right there and start treating them, that fish might be coming back to his tank. But he's going to put it in the tank. The free-floating bacteria that's being caused by the Walstad method is horrible for discus in every way, shape, and form. If it doesn't kill them, it's slowly putting stress on them. It's causing them pain. They're not eating properly. They're not growing properly. Their energy is going to their immune systems instead of growth. They're fighting this free-floating bacteria that's harming their gills slowly but surely, stressing them to death. And it's a long process. And that's what you'll get if you stick these fish in a swamp tank. And that's what I call the Walstad tanks. They're swamp tanks. They're meant for swamp fish. If your fish comes from a river or a lake, please don't do that. Please. Save yourself the grief. Save yourself the cost in meds. Farm beneficial bacteria. I don't care what fish you're using. If you use the, farm beneficial bacteria, and you can set yourself up a sump to do that in, that is the most stable way to run an aquarium for anything, any fish on the planet. But if you want to play around with the Walstad method, by all means, do so. But please pick the right fish. That's all I'm trying to say here. And, I'm making these videos because all that information's out there. I followed it in the beginning because I thought, okay, I was applying it to what I was doing, and I was losing fish left, right, and center. and it hurt. And, you know, it's okay to promote a different method. Nothing wrong. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. But stop telling people that it works with everything, because it doesn't. There's a way to look after every kind of fish. The Walstad method applies to very few of them. Live bearers, swamp fish, that's it. You know, really small nano fish will deal with it. You know, really small tetras. There's a lot of hardy tetras that'll put up with it just fine. You could probably stick an angelfish in there, but if you ask me, that's pushing it. Angelfish are tough as nails, and they can tolerate stuff, but they'll probably not do as well as they could. And African cichlids can be tough, but same deal. They're river fish, or they're from a very large lake, and it's not a swamp. So simulate the right environment for your fish, please. That's the point I'm trying to drive home here. I don't care how you look after your fish. If you want to try a discus in a Walstad tank, I'm going to just stop the video right here, and I'm going to put up a picture of what you're going to get at the end of this video. Thanks for watching. And this guy is a very experienced fish keeper that fell for the bait, and he's slowly losing his fish, and he doesn't want to admit it, but it's the truth.